Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, so in today's video I'll be talking about an experience of my life, and as you can see from the title, so it's a story time. I'm actually talking about an experience of my life. Yeah, so as I'm talking about this, I'll be taking this coke. I've started with it already. I really love coke, and then I'll finish this in the video. And I also have my digestive biscuit with me here. Yeah, so I'm about starting with it, and I also have my glass with me, so I'll be sipping it whilst I talk to you about this experience. Yeah, so let's get into it. A quick disclaimer: this video is a very sensitive video to me. This experience is so sensitive to me, and I'm not making this video to tarnish anyone's image, and it's I'm not like including, or I'm not putting in some people, or it's no lie, and then it is a true life story. Okay, and it is so embarrassing. Yeah, so this video actually happened, like this experience actually happened when I was back at high school. So I will start from where I actually talked to this teacher, and then where I know the teacher till this experience took place, like the event took place. So in Ghana, those of you that do not know, in Ghana, when you are in your third year, like before you be promoted to your third year, like the seniors will hand over seniorship, like prefectship, over to you before writing the awasi. So I was actually a student, and I was selected as an entertainment prefect. So let me start from the beginning of this story, like the beginning of meeting this teacher and the whole lot. So um at form two, when I was in form two, my first year, um I sent a phone to school, which is against the rules of the school. Yeah, so I sent a phone to school. So I don't use the phone in the dormitory. I don't use it around unless I'm on campus somewhere else in the building, or and then I don't use it on weekdays. I give it to a day student who is not in the hostel, and when the student is coming to school or maybe coming to campus on Saturday, then I get the phone. So on that Saturday, we were having an entertainment, and then the girl actually brought the phone, and I was under one of our uncompleted building, and I was using the phone. I was actually talking to a friend, yeah, a friend in another school, Aisha, like, and she went to, is it, I don't remember her school though. She was at school at that moment, and I was also in my school, but I wanted to talk to her, so I called her, and I also called my auntie. I called home, so I was there, and once I was using the phone, this teacher came, and I didn't see him coming. Like I would have hide the phone. I didn't see him coming, and he just came like once I was sitting there, and he came straight forward to just sit in front of me, and I was so scared. I he like he took the soul out of me. Like the way he came to sit in front of me, like I was so lost. I didn't know what to do, and I was so confused and scared at the moment, because that teacher on campus is known as a very troublesome teacher. Like he would do something to either get you dismissed from the school, or debutnize, or something, like get you into a trouble and make stories up for you, like especially when he hates you. So yes, when this teacher came to sit in front of me, the only thing going through my mind is this teacher would definitely take my phone and also send me to the disciplinary committees, and I was so scared because a place I've never been to in my life. Like I've never done a bad thing that I've been taken to the disciplinary committee before. Yeah, so when he came to sit in front of me, I was thinking this teacher would take my phone, but he didn't. And he was like, "You know, you're a nice girl. You know, I can take this phone from you." I And so, do you know you are not supposed to be using phone in school? So I explained to him I don't usually use the phone, and then some other stuff. So like he was like, "You're a cute girl." So at that moment, I was having a friend's picture on it, a friend that is abroad now. Like it's not a friend though; it's just like a friend of somebody. We stayed on the same compound before, like a compound house something. So I was having his picture. I was like, "Who is this?" I was like, "It's my sister." He was like, "Whoa, this lady is so cute as you." And I was like, "Thank you." Then he was like, "And you know, you're a nice girl. Do you know you can be my girlfriend?" And then at that moment, I was only laughing because like I was scared. I don't want to say anything that like send issues up down. So anything you say, I'll just smile. I was scared. I thought he was just like testing my mind. He was like, "So do you have a boyfriend?" I was like, "No, sir, I don't have." "Okay, so who do you stay with, and what does your mom do? What does your dad do?" And a whole lot of stories. So mind you, this teacher was smelling like smelling alcohol. He was so drunk. So in my mind, I thought he was just saying all these things because he was drunk, and then you don't know what he was doing, and was like, "Okay, you know something, I will not take this phone. Yeah, I will not take this phone. I will let you go because you are cute. But then I will just warn you not to be using it anyhow, and also go give it to the student that will be taking it back." I was like, "Ooh, thank God, thank God, this is a redemption day for me." And okay, he was like, "Okay, so you can go, and I will do you nothing." So I was so scared, and then I left there. And so students were looking at me around, like when I came out from the uncompleted building, because he sacked everybody from there to the dining hall, and those standing outside the dining hall were just looking at me. "This girl is in trouble. This girl is in trouble. This girl is in trouble." And I was so scared. Like they don't know what is going on though. So I just put the phone in my pocket. Didn't make it known to anybody that my phone has not been taken, and it's still with me. So I went to my school mother and told her this is what the teacher said. Was like, "Don't mind this man. This is how he is." And then since you told him no, you are not interested in the stuff, he will be on you. So be on guard. I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, okay." So I gave this phone to my school mother. I was so scared he would tell our house mistress to do random check so that they'll take the phone from me back. That day they didn't do any roll call, they didn't do any random check, they didn't do anything like no rapture. Like it's these are the jargons we used to use on campus. No rapture, nothing, no unexpected inspection and all stuff. I was like, "Oh God, thank you, meaning I'm safe." So in my third year, when we went for the position, initially this man was not patron for entertainment prefect, but when I became an entertainment prefect, this teacher became a patron, and he was actually not in my department. Yeah, he was not in my department. This teacher doesn't teach in my department. Let's say he do teach in my department, but not in my class, not general art ABC. No, no, no. In D, he doesn't teach. He only, I think, no, he does in D, but he doesn't teach in my class. He was not my science teacher. So when we got to Form 3, I became an entertainment prefect, and this teacher was also a patron, an entertainment prefect patron. So I was like, why all these changes? So initially, the teacher who used to be the patron like got transferred from the school, so it has to be handed over to another person, and it is nobody else but then that teacher. So he was the patron, and he became my teacher all of a sudden, and he teaches my class. So everything goes well. He comes to class, then he'll be saying words of inspirations, saying this, saying stuff. Some of you I know will fail, and then mind you, I'm not a lazy student. I'm not dumb. I'm so smart when it comes to studies. But this teacher, he doesn't teach well. He just read the book, like he just read the book and teach whatever he see in the book, and then go on and read our own stuff, and later we do tests. This teacher was not that on me in class, but then this teacher was so on me, and like I don't know, you know, if somebody hates you, like you know it, you know that teacher hates me or this teacher doesn't like me. But he do ask me questions in class. I go to his class regularly. I don't want to have any problem with him. So I do go to class all the time. So there was this day, we had an entertainment, and then um it was a performance day, yeah. So I was the MC for the day. I was an assistant entertainment prefect, and then I was MC of the day. So um a student of ours, like that is my mate, came to me saying he wants to perform with his friends. Yeah, so I wrote his name and then the song they'll be performing on, and then I gave it to the DJ. So later on, he came to me saying, "This is the people I'll be performing with," and then the people he'll be performing with are my friends. We are in the same neighborhood, like the same area as Ashaiman. I know them very well, and then they were in another school. They were not in my school. They were in another school, and then the problem was these students are technical students, and then in Ghana, like these technical students are like they are put in this thing that they are stubborn, and then they are dangerous, and they are harmful, like they harm, and then they cause fight anywhere they go to. So there's an issue between our school and then their school. They had a history before I came to the school, so they don't want their students on our campus, and then they don't also want us going on their campus. So there is some rule that we are not to be seen with these students. Okay. But then that was an entertainment day, something like to entertain ourselves. So if these students are here to perform, to do something nice, not to go like not to break our rule or something. Me, I don't see it as a problem though. And then like I've given the thing to the DJ already, and I was so busy at the moment. Our students were misbehaving. Like anytime they are playing songs that comes with this type of dance, like where they'll twerk, they'll whine, they'll come on the stage and be doing things that are not supposed to be done. And then there were some teachers there who were okay with it. They were not complaining, they were enjoying the moment. Like they were actually enjoying the moment, and they know everything that is going on. They were seeing everything that is going on. But then I went to the stage to tell them they should let sanity be maintained on the stage. They can do any other thing on the floor, but then not on the stage. They should comport themselves, because we don't want the day to end badly for us. Okay. So it was time for these people to come and perform. And they came to perform nicely. And mind you, when these guys were performing on the stage, they were our students and that students' guys. And then every place was quiet. That was the moment the ladies were comporting themselves, because what they were doing on the stage was actually beautiful. Okay, it was beautiful, and then the place was so quiet, and everybody feels like, okay, then let me also write my name. If I have the talent to do this, and somebody's also doing his, why won't I? So there were lots of people coming out, like they feel like empowered, like I don't know how to put this, to also come to the floor, like to the stage to also perform. Okay, so we had no problem with that. Like for some 2 months we had no problem with that, and we all moved on. No teacher complained about that, nobody complained about that. And then mind you, that teacher was not present that day. He was not present that day when the thing was happening. So uh 2 months later, I think we had a debate where we had to go to some school. It's a regional debate that we go to some school to. So we were in competition with something, and I was in a debate club. So I went to this debate. So when I came back, it was late, and the dormitory had been locked, and all the students are back on prep, and then I cannot go back to the dormitory to change myself and do or something. So I didn't even bring any book along with me. I didn't take any book to learn. So when prep was about to be over, I was on duty that day. So I was going to the dining hall to check on someone and two things before I go to the dormitory. So when I was going, I met this guy that like a friend of me, is like a school brother. Yeah, but we stay at the same place, like at home. We stay in the same area. I know the mom, I know the dad, they also know me and this stuff. So he promised to bring me some fruits, okay. So I went to meet him near the dining hall, and then it was like we had a street light, like we had a light on our campus that like is everywhere. But that day, that particular light was not okay. Yeah, it was not working. So once I was talking to this guy, a guy also in visual art department also came. Okay, yeah. So everybody know of this guy to be my boyfriend on campus, but we were actually into nothing at that moment. Okay, we were into nothing at that moment. So like we're just friends. So he also came and then he held my hand and was like, "Hey, I came to look for you in your class. We're not there." From nowhere, like I don't know where this teacher was coming from, and he just jumped in between us and hit my back. Well, I was like, who is that? For me to turn to know that it is this teacher, and like he hit me again, and he keeps hitting me. I was like, what have I done? Then he started, and he was smelling of alcohol, like he was so drunk and was insulting me. This teacher was actually using abusive words. Okay, he was using abusive words, and then at that moment all the students have closed and everybody started coming out, and then it was so embarrassing. Okay, and then whilst I was going, he was picking stone and was throwing it at me like, ooh, this was so embarrassing. Like I felt so bad, and then I left there to the dormitory. Okay, so when I went to the dormitory, this teacher followed me to the girls' dormitory and informed our girls' house prefect, and she came out to call a gathering for us, and they disgraced me in front of the whole house. And this teacher was like, I used to fail his test. I used to have two on whatever scores he give, whatever scores he give. Like he embarrassed me, and I cried the whole night. Okay, I cried the whole night, and then the house mistress, they were all like, it's okay. But at that moment, she was also supporting what the teacher was doing. What the teacher was doing really get into me. I cried and I even chose sanity. I was like, why? Why is he lying? Why is he saying things? He was like, I was kissing the guy, I was hugging the guy, saying all stuff for things that didn't take place. It was so hurtful, and some of my colleagues came and then they helped me to my bed and I slept. The next day was sport, so my whole eyes was swollen and I couldn't even go out to go because I was the topic of the week. Like I was the topic of the week. Like everybody was talking about me everywhere. Anywhere I passed, people were looking at me. I had no option but to go hide with one teacher, like one ICT teacher at the IT lab that day. He was doing some stuff. So I and some of the people I work with, the girls I work with on campus, we were there the whole day, and then he was even teasing me and making fun of the situation, and then like they made me laugh, and I went back. So the house mistress was asking me, is the person you were standing with really your boyfriend? I was like, no, he's not. Hope it's not my coffee is not my boyfriend. Okay, so that was the person I was even holding his hand when the teacher came. Apart from the guy holding my hand and pulling me that I should come and pass, like he wants to talk to me, and I didn't mind him. Apart from that, I was holding my coffee's hand, and then nothing happened. So when she asked me, I told him exactly, like I told him the fact, the truth. Okay, sorry, I told I told her exactly what happened. So um everything came to pass. Like some days were passing by, like some days passing, and like the story became something that is like a past story. So people's story were coming up, and then my story is going out of the system, and then things were happening. So I was okay. So before we will go for the corona break, okay, they will break us for the corona something. Yeah, you know, yeah, before they would break us for the corona something, they called for a gathering. We had a gathering in the dining hall, and then most students got dismissed. Most students got the board nice. Some were sent on whatever to go and call their parents, and they were giving dates that if their parent didn't report, they'll be dismissed from the school. Some people, a whole lot of things happened that day, and then my name was part of these students, and they mentioned my name. I was like, whoa, what was coming to happen? And they disgraced me in front of the whole school. Like, I mean, they disgraced me. Like, I was a prefect, but not that known, okay? And some people also know me through the incident that happened between I and the teacher, the story going around. That is when some students get to know me. Like, some people never know I even exist in that school. Okay. So like everybody was like, who is Josephine? What happened? What happened? What happened? I took it normal. It didn't pain me though. And I just left. Yeah, we all came home. I was so lucky that after the disgrace and then the embarrassment, we came home, and it really pained me. I used to cry about that event. I used when I came home, I want to voice out to someone. I want somebody to talk with. I want to talk to someone because that teacher was actually on me before we even get the break of coming home. This teacher was on me. The teacher was on me in classroom, anywhere I go, finding problems for me. So it's not easy. Like, so I don't focus in class. I can't learn where he's teaching. It is full of hatred. I don't even focus on what he's doing. Like, I can't, because what the teacher was doing that moment, it was not like he was putting me on the right path. He was actually infringing on my rights, and there was nobody like that. There was nobody at the moment I could talk about this to, and all students are afraid to talk on my side, and then all students were afraid to defend me or to say, oh, Josephine is not like that and all stuff. Hey, so mind you, before I'll get disgraced and embarrassed at the social gathering, I was called to the disciplinary committee. Okay, so this is the question I was asked at the disciplinary committee. They said, so I've I've gone against the school rule. They made a statement. So what did I think my punishment is? Okay, so when things like this happen, okay, when things like this happen, people don't get deposed of situations like this, okay. So they just get some punishments. Okay, so you'll be banned of class for some time. You can only be studying in the library. So you'll be doing school labor for some time. You'll be sweeping and be doing some stuff, or you'll be doing some cleaning and the stuff. So I mean, that is what I know, that is the punishment meant for seniors that go against their position. Like, they do things that are not supposed to be done, like in their turn of preparation, things that are not supposed to be done. Okay, yeah. So when they said it, I was like, I'm so sorry about what happened, but then I'll be okay with any punishment that is meted out. That is what I said. Okay, that is what I said, and then they were like, um, they were not expecting me to say that. They were expecting me to be apologizing to them, to go on my knees and apologize and promise them of this not happening again. I was like, I was not even talking, and then you see my nails, okay? My nails grow fast. Yeah, my nails grow fast. So this man was saying there is a spirit around me that makes this my nails like this. I don't, he was making, and then I was having something on my foot at that moment, and this teacher was like, all these marks on my leg is from a spirit and something. And he made a story like there is a spirit around me that is like a snake, and this spirit is fighting all the good things in my life, and then this spirit will definitely destroy me, and it is something that must be broken. Like, he made some statement, and then all my friends are working. So my friend's brother came on a visit, and then my friend tried driving his brother's car and bumped into one of our buildings in the school, and it was a whole lot of issue, and he brought that issues back, saying spirits, like talking about some spiritual things, And this teacher was actually accusing me of being possessed, like a possessed person. And I was like, how on how on earth can this teacher be doing this to me? So when I went to the disciplinary committee, they asked me if the boy I was standing with was my boyfriend. And then I was like, no, McAfee is not my boyfriend. They were like, what's of the other guy? So I was like, yes, he is my boyfriend. So our house mistress was there, was like, so Josephine, you lied to me. I asked you from the house and you said this, you said that, you said this. And I was like, at that moment we were nothing. We were just friends. That is what I told her. And she don't like me anyways. So she will not defend me even if I don't know. She will not defend me even if she's put in that position or she's been forced to. Or she knows I'm a good person, but she just don't like me. She just hates me for nothing. That is what I know of our house mistress. And then I don't go in her space. I always stay in my space. I make sure I do things because she finds troubles, like she finds ways to say this girl is a bad girl, this girl is a say, this girl is a say. So I'm always in my place, and everybody knows that this madam doesn't like me. Everybody know in that house that she don't like me. And that thing was over. Some one and two teachers called me to advise me, and then they asked me if I've ever got proposed to by a teacher. To save everything short, I just answered them no. They asked me 3 times. I said no teacher has ever proposed to me. So the day of my disgrace and an embarrassment, they actually told me that they actually told the school I'll be taking off my position. Okay, I'll be taking off my position as an entertainment prefect, and I was so glad because I was in a position where I sometimes sacrifice my class to go to the hall to set up if we have programs and stuff. And then if at this moment they are telling me I'm getting the burden, I was not the burden nice, okay. I'm being like this and like this, or taking off my post. Thanks to God. Yes, thanks to God. I was so happy about that. Okay. I was so happy about that. And that day, everything just came back. Like stories brought stories. Like ANSMP, lots of things happened that day. Like everybody was just looking at me anyhow. Like all the juniors looking at me, people gossiping. Like everybody just went away from me. Nobody wants to work with me. Okay, nobody wants to work with me because they think this girl is in trouble. None of my friends, not even housemates, nobody wants to talk to me because they are seeing me as a troublesome girl. And then because of the disgrace, nobody wants to work with me, and nobody wants to be in my lane. So I've been so quiet. And so I think the next 2 days, that was when we came back home because of the virus. So when we came back home, I was so sad. I needed somebody to talk to. I've been disgraced at school. I couldn't focus. I was trying my best to learn from my book so that I will not fail in science. So I was trying my best to learn. I was trying my best. I tried my best until the virus was over, the lockdown, the quarantine was over for us to go back to school. And then back at school, it was not easy for me because this teacher have to continue coming back to my class and a whole lot of stuff. And sometimes I don't feel like taking part in his test, okay? And he comes to the classroom and it is always talks of inspirations, like picking on me, saying things like everybody is like he's indirectly fighting me, he's indirectly attacking me, like everything he's saying you can see he's talking about me. And then some of the students will be making some silly comments and then be saying a whole lot of things. But then you know what? I don't care. All I want to do is to hurry up and get out of that school and write my test and go. And that is exactly what I did. But this story really traumatized me and then affected my my science score in WASI because I was not focused. I was not focused. So on at, on the paper, on the WASI paper, you could see some of the solvings my mates taught me, and then I only answered the written part where I can explain because I learned explanations in the book, and the solving of some equations, some balance equations, and the compounds, and then the stuff have been taught by some of my friends. And I couldn't even make it that well. I didn't pass. I just say I passed and I didn't pass, something like that in my science. I didn't do well at all. I have to write it again, and I did well. I did a great job over there. Yeah, and I have the qualifications to go to the next level. So one thing I would say is that high school in Ghana now, especially the boarding school, is so dangerous. How some house mistress and then some teachers choose to pick and attack on some students. Like there are some students I know the whole of their life in the school they've been taught like bad on. They attack the bad people in the school. They find like they want to find fault in every little thing they do, and then like it's like they made schooling like or high school experience hell for them. And then I was one of these people. I've been in my lane for the first term, second term, like in my first year, second year, but they made my third year a hell for me. There was a time we went on a break and came back. When I came back, I was wearing a shirt on my check. Yeah, my outing wear. When our house mistress met me, she was like, "Hey, you are back with your dirty spirits again. I don't nobody should come back with this their dirty spirits and their possession to come and attack me and in the school. So everybody should be in their lane. Like my first day back at school, you saw me and then I greeted you. The best thing you could say is that is how bad these people make my schooling experience for me and most of the students. And if I should stand somewhere to recommend a school for people to go to, yeah, I will never recommend my school. And it is not a school I ever call my alma mater because the way they treated me, and then they made high school hell for me. And in my family, we don't they don't allow students to pick on others, you understand? So there is no way you go and share this story with your parents and then they'll reason with you. They'll be like say they'll be like you are there to learn, so listen to whatever your teacher is saying. And they think our teachers are there to put us at the right place, but the deaths of some students on campus were because of some students. And that happened recently at a Brick Girls High School. It happened recently at a Brigils. Some house mistress just states matters like I've disowned you. I don't want you to be in my house again. I'm not your house mistress. So when the students are sick and they are supposed to be signed easier to go seek some medical care, they are like they have prevent the student from going there. And it happened to one of my our juniors that lost her life in that school. So like they made it a bad thing for me. It traumatized me. This experience at school really traumatized me until a year after I was called that a girl just passed out at the school and the girl passed away. Is it? The girl died because she'd been avoided from going to the hospital because the house mistress refused to sign an exit for her, and she was delayed and it became severe. By the time they got to the hospital, they lost the girl. May her soul rest in peace. So like I want to say something that parents should start paying attention to what their children bring back from school. Things they say their teachers do to them, and the threats that some teachers give to them when they come back from school, especially in boarding school. I think parents should pay attention to it. And also, if it is necessary, some parents should go to the school to talk to these teachers because like I saw lots of innocent students who were bullied at school, whose rights were infringed on, people that got demonized, and then their life became something after sent out of the school to be staying outside the school. I saw a whole lot of this, and it was a bad experience for me. This was an embarrassing moment, my first embarrassing moment I ever had, like which traumatized me. Apart from some other things I had in my area, some problems I had back at home, this thing affected me back at school. Like it affected me, and then it was so disgracing, disrespecting to me as a human, and it's been something in me I want to like give out to the whole world, that like we really go through things at high school. Apart from the sisters, like our seniors maltreating us, we go through a whole lot back at school that our parents have to know of, and also pay attention to what their children, their words bring back from school, and also take a step whenever they hear a hint saying, my teacher did this, my teacher asked me, this particular teacher did this particular teacher did this. And my school, my former school, this school I went to, I will never name that school as my alma mater, and then it's a school I don't ever think of stepping back there. And it's a school I know most people are ashamed. I know TikTokers, like TikTokers, and people at the top, people making it, influencers who has been to our school before, but feeling ashamed to mention the name of the school, and hate mentioning the name of the school because of the treatment they give them. And it is so bad. It is really, 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 really sad. And it is bad how teachers handle issues from that school, and then how local some teachers are, and how teachers behave when they are drunk, and like the way they pick on students. It is really, 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 really bad. So yeah, this is one of the worst experience I've ever had at school. Everybody have a bad experience to share, but for me, it was it was one of the bad ones for me. It was really, really bad for me. It distracted me from my studies, and then it was a whole lot. It was something that had been on my chest, and I wanted to share it with people, but I don't know who to share it with. And then I hope this story is helpful to someone, and then somebody learned something from this video. And I'm telling you, if you are going through something at school and your parents are not listening to you, you have parents like mine who will not listen to stories like this, then I think you should just encourage yourself and keep on learning and learn. If you don't understand, approach other students who will help you to understand it very well. It is so embarrassing and disgracing. And recently, it's it has been becoming something like that is going out for students to be dying at school, for students to be going through some things at school that get to a point where their parents get involved and also take them from that school and move them to another school. This is so bad, and I think institutions where are made for us to learn, to gain knowledge, and to also become something good in the future shouldn't make these things out of us, shouldn't make monsters out of us, shouldn't make us be hating on teachers but respect them either, shouldn't make us regret going back to wherever we've been before. Yeah, I know most of my friends who would never like to go to their high school before, and they also have different type of stories, what happened, and a whole lot. And I hope you guys enjoy this video and you learn something from it and you like it, and comment your opinion. Okay, say something in the story if you are reasoning with me. If you know of any, just share your moment. You can share some embarrassing moments you've had at school. You can share it under the comment, like in the comment section. Yeah, and I also love you all. Thank you all for watching and staying tuned. And thank you people that have stayed with me, like you people that have subscribed to my channel, have agreed to be part of me. Thank you all for subscribing. And if you are new here, if today is your first time seeing this new face, please kindly subscribe and also like this video for me and be part of my family. And you will never, never, never regret it because we want to grow together and we are going from this step to another step. And I have a lot of stories in stock for you. Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe. Love you all. Bye.